What's up, old school homies? Let's talk about how to build a guitar collection. Now, I'm not going to tell you how to come up with the money for it because I had to build mine out of pieces of my paychecks. I actually didn't get any of them for free or anything. But I want to talk about how you build a guitar collection. Like, how do you diversify it? You know what I mean? That's what kind of surprised me when I looked at a lot of professional musicians. I figured they would have the best guitar collection. And then I noticed that they usually just collect one type of guitar. Like the guitar that made them famous, like a whole bunch of that guitar. And then you'll just be like, well, it's not that interesting, you know? And it sucks to say somebody's guitar collection isn't interesting, but why would they have a whole bunch of the same guitar, you know? I did it. I have a whole bunch of the same guitar. It's a black Strat. There's a bunch of them. Sometimes you like what you like, and that's fine. You know, you get comfortable with playing what you play, and it doesn't feel comfortable to try to start playing a new type of instrument every time you want to switch genres. But that's where your shortcomings come in. This is where I'm going to tell you that building a wide guitar collection early on could be the advantage. Now, if you look at a lot of people's diverse concerts, like Tom Petty's guitarist, he had a whole bunch of different guitars, and they all sounded good for the tone of the song, Tom's voice. And it was amazing to watch it come together, and even the visual aspect of seeing him hold a different guitar actually matters. Because people, believe it or not, when they see you holding the guitar, they think of a memory of other people holding the same guitar. So what you end up with is kind of genre-specific guitars. So if people are going to think that about you anyways, you might as well use the right guitar for the right situation. Have a whole pocket knife full of guitars. And I'm just going to bring up a lot of the different categories that you can go into to widen your guitar collection. The first would be classical acoustic, kind of a nylon acoustic guitar. Sometimes there's 3 bass strings that are steel on it and then 3 nylon strings. That's how the last one that I had was set up. But it has more of a twinkly sound and use more bar chords, use a lot more scales. It's sort of its own discipline, and it's a really high art. Like Spanish guitar is something a lot of heavy metal players will try to revert back to, and this is because it went for a long time and it got into being a pretty deep art. So it's not to be poo-pooed, although I did give away my classical guitar to somebody else that appreciated it more than me. And then the next category, acoustic steel string guitar. I do own one, but I keep it in a closet because I just don't play that one. You should have an open mind towards playing acoustic guitars, but let's go on to the next category. The amplified acoustic guitar. Like the Epiphone Casino is a fully hollow body guitar just like any other acoustic guitar, but it has pickups. It's a compromise because the pickups go into the amplifier and the amplifier feeds back into the acoustic sounds that you're making. But a lot of the Beatles albums have feedback on them, and it's because they use that guitar a lot. Epiphone Casino. Anyways, let's go into the next category, semi-hollow body. Now this guitar, it's not quite loud enough to play on its own unless you're in a smaller room, but you can amplify it and it gets less feedback. So you're kind of like blending a few of the acoustical sounds with the amplified sound, and it's something like the Epiphone Sheraton. It would be an example. I've always wanted one of those. They have a unique sound where you get a little bit of that jazzy kind of traditional acoustic sound, and you actually amplify it with some pretty sick pickups. On past that, you have the solid body guitar, and there's lots of different pickup variations for the solid body guitar, and people don't give the solid body guitar enough credit for being a good acoustical instrument. I have a whole bunch of different ones and they all sound different, so you can be a little bit more open-minded on solid body guitars being used for clean sounds. And building this guitar collection could help you to create a whole bunch of different sounds without using effects pedals or amplifier settings or distortion and other stuff. You can sort of create moods with different categories of guitars.